Right? Suns and rising moons, fellow droids. Welcome to Not the Droids podcast. I'm Danny.
And I'm Mayuri. And today we are finally into the Clone Wars. So we will be doing Clone Wars in chronological order, remember? So we're starting with season 2, episode 16, titled Cat and Mouse. And then season 1, episode 16, titled Hidden Enemy.
Yes. And so season 2, episode 16 released March 26, 2010. Hidden Enemy, which was season 1, episode 16, released February 6th, 2009. So it's going to be a
Yeah.
little wild with the dates and the order. We'll provide all the numbers and
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that it's chronological though, because I think we've referenced before that both of us had tried to watch it, and my problem was that I just had no context for what was going on.
Mhm.
And so seeing these two in chronological order, even though it still dumped us in the middle of something, at
Yeah,
least kind of made sense. Sort of.
we'll go with it.
I don't know. What did you think? I had an easier time watching it because I have more context. So I still am getting used to the animation style, but it wasn't as difficult as I remember watching it the first time.
It's gotten a little better. I think part of it is also I'm kind of jazzed for it. I'm like a little excited for it to like get into it. So whereas last time I think I tried to watch it during COVID and just mentally I was just like, I don't like this. I'm tired of everything. And I was like taking in so much content at the time just because we were all stuck at home that I think that may have added to my like, oh, I don't like this. I don't want to like pay attention. But it is easier, which is surprising to me because I still really do struggle with the animation style, but that's all right.
I think part of my issue with the animation style is also the characters look semi like the actors from the film.
That was, yes.
But honestly, Anakin does not look too much like Hayden Christensen.
Hmm.
I feel like he looks like the voice actor.
Which would make
I forget
sense.
his name, but I've seen this man in person. I have seen pictures of this man, and looking at the animation, I was like, whereas I feel like Obi-Wan looks like Ewan McGregor,
Hmm.
which is easy with the beard to hide.
Yeah.
I feel like Anakin looks more like the voice actor for Anakin. I think he looks kind of like Sam Witwer.
I was like, I think s- that was who you were thinking of, but I was like,
I Yeah, Matt Lanter, I know who that is. I'm not thinking of Matt Lanter. Though I'm dying because I did go to Rhode Island Comic Con last year and he was one of the people that I wanted to see. And ironically, it wasn't for Star Wars. It was because he plays Chicago in Pitch Perfect or 3. But now I feel like I would be good with the Star Wars. But I think I'm thinking of Sam Witwer. Because in certain way, I think he looks like Sam Witwer sometimes, which is wild because I just realized that he voices Darth Maul.
yeah, I was just like,
Um,
I think that those are not the people you are,
I was confusing, but again, I don't think he really looks like Hayden Christensen, in my opinion.
but I don't think they aimed to do that.
Okay,
I don't
but
think the
yeah,
goal was to be like, oh, make it look like this person. Like,
so I think maybe that's what was throwing me off too. But I feel like the first episode was just like we're at war. We're kind of overpowered, and Anakin's a loose cannon.
oh yes, he is very much like teenage loose cannon.
I think it was one of the clones that was just like, oh, we're with General Skywalker, which means we're always in a fight. And I was just like, is that what it's supposed to be? I guess also getting them calling all the Jedi's generals
Yeah.
is interesting to me. Like that tactic of war. I'm just laughing because, when I was watching this, I was so appalled by the Tarantula Man And like not only that, but like the animation of his pincers were like so in. I couldn't do it.
I'm not a spider person.
Yeah, not at all. Not even a little bit.
No.
Um,
So I felt like the first two episodes, I was just like, oh, okay, we're doing this. And like we'll talk about the movie, but I think the movie has got me more excited about it.
yeah, I think the two episodes, so like I think in all disclosure, like we've both seen the movie before recording this.
Yes.
And so the two episodes, I think, was a good primer to get us away from the movie.
Yes.
And kind of be like, okay, we're animated. This is the situation.
This is where we are.
Um,
We are following up right after the live action, but now we're really
yeah.
going into what's happening.
And I do appreciate we got a lot of ships, we got a lot of droids, we got a lot of tech, and we got a lot of like people of
Yeah.
like on both sides, right? Like so you kind of are are dropped in the middle of this skirmish and we get like we get like name drops, I feel like Senator
Yeah.
Organa. And I just like I don't think I ever like I understood that the Clone Wars happened watching the movies, but I never thought about the like logistics of it.
Yeah.
Or like the logistics of the fact that the clones are legitimately just the same people. Like the same person a million times. They all have different names. How they keep them straight, I don't know. But I do appreciate all the different like animations
Mhm.
of the clones. Like they all have. So, like in the second episode, you really get to see all the different
Yes.
personalities
Oh, yes.
of the clones.
We also we don't meet because we've already met her in one of the other little things, but Ventress, who is going to be
Oh, yes.
we're going to learn a lot more about her. But
Wait,
we
did we meet her already?
I wasn't there, was it Underworld? Tales of the Underworld that she was in?
Oh, yes. It was like such that show
It was
was
those little
like,
4-minute clip, like
yeah.
mini things, but there was a whole section that was the Ventress.
I kind of like that she's like being set up as like Obi-Wan's foil
Yes.
in this show. So like I said, I appreciated this show for what it was. I feel like there wasn't a lot in the first episode, but the second episode is where
Mhm.
like the season 1 episode 16 one where there was like a traitor and it ended up being one of the clones. And it was interesting to see that conflict of like we are slaves to the Jedi and I am fighting for freedom when
Yeah.
you're also like assisting the separatists. Um, so like it's like that rhetoric, right? Like I understand where honestly I understand where he was coming from because he's not wrong. Because you watch this and you're like, clones are dying left and right.
Left and
Like
right.
with no thought to like who they were as
I
people.
also want to know what the count is when the clones are with Anakin, because
So many of them die.
but the thing is like he is so reckless, but it also is not out of character.
No, it's so in character for him.
Yeah.
That's what I do appreciate.
Because
Like,
there was like there's that chance that you're like, okay, now they're continuing with like a series and like what liberties are they going to take? And is this going to feel true? Because sometimes like people do things like of a basis like of a movie that
yeah,
and they'll do like a prequel or a sequel and you're like, that character wouldn't do that.
yeah, it doesn't
And
feel
no,
like
this like
true.
tracks. I'm like, oh no, this really tracks here.
Well, that's why when they were just like, oh, he's always in a skirmish and he always has the like he goes against Obi-Wan a lot and it makes
Mhm.
sense,
And it was
right?
that,
Like
and that's where we left him in the movie that we last saw with him in it.
because he's no longer a Padawan, like he's a
Yeah.
full Jedi Knight
No,
in these.
he's jumping off of cars again.
Yeah, I mean, he's coming to Obi-Wan's rescue over and over again.
He is.
So,
But
no,
is
so
Obi-Wan in trouble because of Anakin?
well, yeah. like I said, the second episode is the one I actually enjoyed, which
Yeah.
is a shame because the first time I watched it, I fell asleep because I was so tired trying to
We've
get it in. And
we've
so I
been
ended
doing
up,
a lot.
yeah, I watched it again and I was like, oh, I actually care more about the clones in this episode
Hmm.
than the actual like Jedi portion of it. Um,
I'm
so
excited
that's
for you to
where
like
it's
end up
like,
in Bad Batch because like you'll
it's
start
all
meeting.
about the clones,
Yeah,
right?
and you maybe not in these two episodes, but in the movie, you've met some of the clones that we're then going to see later on.
So that's where it's just like, I don't know. I find myself more interested in the clones plight, and I honestly think it's because of Stargate because it seems very Jaffa. I don't. You've not seen Stargate, but there's this whole people that are just foot soldiers to the
Well, and I
leaders.
think part of it also comes from we know where Anakin's story goes.
Yeah,
And so that's part of it is just like you're like, okay, but I know how you end. Like I know, and right now I'm just seeing you do like everyday stuff. We are not yet seeing the parts where he just starts going towards
the dark.
yeah.
Do we see that in Clone Wars? Like, do they
We
foreshadow that?
I have no idea. I
That's why
think
I'm like,
so.
I feel
Knowing, I don't know. I just feel like because I know I haven't seen all the stuff with Ahsoka. So this will be like my first time really watching enough of it to get into it, but I know where Ahsoka's journey goes, and I feel like some of that has to have come out of Anakin's turn.
yeah.
What are you excited for the Clone Wars as we get ready to dive in?
So, as I said, I don't really know anything in context of the wars, right? Like I just know the before and the after. And even that, like one of the reasons I wanted to watch the Clone Wars last time was because of Ahsoka, the show. And having someone who loves Ahsoka so much, I am actually interested to see the introduction of Ahsoka and the relationship that she has with Anakin,
Hmm.
because I feel like knowing that and getting that background will have the later movies when he actually turns hit a little harder. Because,
Yes.
like, that's a whole storyline you get nothing of.
No, you just know where it started, where it ended, not the in between.
Yeah. So like honestly, that's what I'm excited for, just because like I know nothing of that character other than what I saw in, because even though we haven't watched it on the show, I've seen it, The Mandalorian.
Yeah. And that's very little information.
Yeah. So what are you, and don't say Ahsoka, what else are you
Well, we all
excited
know I'm
about?
very excited for Ahsoka.
Yes.
I am excited because I feel like we're gonna get to see a lot more like droids and ships and such. And I think that's kind of exciting to see. And also, we're gonna start seeing characters that we're aware of, but don't realize that they're in the Clone Wars, like the
Yeah.
series that they're referenced. So like, there's characters with like Ventress. We had heard of her prior.
Barely.
There's well, there's an account on Threads, and they're literally going day 82 requesting a Ventress series.
And
So
she's interesting.
she's very interesting and she would be a great series, and I believe she has some books and all. There's so many characters that I think we are going to see that we've heard of or were referenced but didn't realize how much, because I believe Mon Mothma is also in the
Yeah,
series.
she is.
Yeah.
So I know that because someone said that the speech she gives the Senate
Hmm.
is word for word the speech you hear in
In
the
the
Clone Wars.
Okay. So it's literally the scene, like,
Yeah,
okay. So I think that's what I'm excited for to see how it connects the universe as a whole.
yeah. No, that's kind of cool. But like I said, I am excited to fill out the information gaps that I just like never thought of in between
Yeah.
the movies.
Well, because it's also like with the movies, you're like, oh, I don't really need it. But now because the universe has expanded so much, you're like, well, but now I want it.
Well, I kind of like seeing Anakin. descend into the
Yeah.
dark would be interesting because like you kind of get
Because
him,
you
you
like
see he's
morally gray
struggling.
characters.
Of course I do. And I like to see them become more morally gray. But I like to see because like it never sat right with me like the speed of that descent.
Yeah.
And it makes sense now because one movie
Because you
is
missed the entire war.
I missed the war. So like in the same set of three, one movie is before the war and the
One
last movie is after the
after the
war.
war.
So you're like the amount of time that has gone through between
Yeah.
those two movies, um, it's not insignificant.
Yeah.
So that is why. So like the relationship with Ahsoka and his descent into converting to the dark side is what I'm interested for. Yeah. So movie next, which I am excited for because I saw Ahsoka's name in it. Oh look,
Do you have some opinions? You can't
yeah.
have that.
His opinion is stop recording. It's you're supposed to be my full-time petter.
So until that's the wrong way.
I was gonna say, and that's the moment, I guess. So until next time, we are not the droids you're looking for.
But we're the ones you're gonna get.
I feel like they would like RD.
Do you think they'd like you?